morning. We call the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order for January 16th. Today we have all members present, myself, Nikel Winfrey, President, Angela Hayes, Vice President, and Clotilde LaBoy, Secretary. We'll first start with claims.
Okay. Good morning. The first thing that I have is the ratification of payroll. It is from the January 4th payroll. The total payroll was $1,740,747.39. Next I have ratification of claims paid on January the 11th, 2019. First is the general fund of $6,398.95. Fund 223 Comp Court, $40. Fund 240 Health and Human Services, $1,339.04. Fund 258 Bioterrorism, $1,279.38. Fund 279, the Genesis Center operating for $700. And the last one is Fund 857 National League of Cities for $282.50. Total of those claims is $10,039.87. I also have another ratification of claims for claims paid on January 14th for the general fund of $94,839.66. I'd like to make a motion to approve the ratification of payroll and claims.
A second.
Any question?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Next we have
Nope,
correspondence.
I'm not done. I'm sorry. I have more.
Okay, I thought you were doing them all at once.
No, I have just regular claims now. These are for approval of claims to be paid on January 18th, which is Friday. I have, for the general fund, $90,463.44. Fund 820 law non-reverting for $5,905. Then I have special revenues for $145,866.33. Those funds make up Fund 215 Healthy Family, $1,304.45. Fund 223 Comp Court, $40. Fund 231 Local Road and Streets, $1,380.85. Fund 232 Motor Vehicle Highway, $56,185.61. Fund 250 is the Park Department for $4,577.35. Fund 254 Vehicle Auction of $629.97. Fund 401 CCI of $14,640. Fund 823 Consolidated Area TIF, $31,227. Fund 826 Lakefront TIF, $34,243.50. And lastly, Fund 849 is the tobacco grant for $1,637.60. Then I have Fund 212 Home Program for $4,088. Fund 279 Genesis Center operating $124.60. Fund 792, which is WCI benefit of $128,068.03. And lastly, Blight Elimination Fund 855, $56,495. Total claims to be paid on Friday is $431,010.40. I make a motion to approve the claims to be paid on Friday.
I second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Next we have correspondence and agreements. Correspondence from the Mayor's Office.
And this is regarding the contract for Benny Muhammad. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed contract with Benny Muhammad to serve as the Executive Director of the Gary Commission on the Social Status of Black Males. The term of the contract is January 1st, 2019 until December 31st, 2019. Contractor shall be paid an amount not to exceed $10,000. So the contract has been approved by the Freeze Committee. The scope of the work agrees to what was stated. Contract terms agree, as does the compensation. Not noted in the memo is that he will be paid $10,000 and on a monthly basis of $833.33. The contract has been signed by the contractor. I was looking for the QC 12 and 40. I remember seeing them during the Freeze Committee, but I'm not sure that they're, oh, here they are. They're at the beginning of the contract. So I make a motion to approve Benny Muhammad's contract as presented.
A second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from finance.
Yes. This is actually asking for permission to dispose of a piece of equipment, the IBM Matrix printer. The printer was used in finance to print out payroll transmittals on that big green and white paper. The printer is no longer functioning, and we have switched systems to print on 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, which is actually saving the city money since we're not trying to buy that green and white paper. So I'll make a motion to be able to dispose of that printer.
A second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next, we have correspondence from the law department.
This is a contract for Helos Consulting LLC. The law department has reviewed the attached contract for Helos Consulting for government relations and municipal consulting services from January 1 to December 31st, 2019. Is in proper legal form and sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the city of Gary. It has been approved by the Freeze Committee. The QC 12 and 40 are here. And it has been signed by the contractor. Compensation is $5,000 per month, payable in biweekly installments, which was not included in the contract amount. And the term agrees to what is here. So I make a motion to approve the Helos contract.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from Public Works.
Public Works. Is that the first one for the fiber optic installation?
Communications conduit and cable permit.
Let's see, this starts out of order here. I believe this is what this one is. It's a request to install communication conduit and cable, 25th Avenue, Klein Avenue to Stevenson Street, 25th Avenue to 29th Avenue, 29th Avenue, Stevens Street to Colfax Street, Stevenson Avenue to Bridge Road. The request has been received for communication conduit and cable to be installed by Wide Open West, WOW, on behalf of MCI Metro. The work is part of the larger project to increase MCI and WOW cellular services throughout the area. Traffic control plans have been submitted and are found to be acceptable. The contractors will be John Burns Construction for underground conduit and We Bore It LLC for aerial cable. No new poles will be installed. Construction is scheduled to begin on February 25th and completed by April 30th. If the board approves, we recommend granting Wide Open West a permit contingent upon all requirements in the attached right-of-way permit requirements shall be followed. WOW shall notify affected property and business owners, schools, police, fire, GPTC, and public works. The information is here. I'll make a recommendation to approve this condition upon that WOW actually have business licenses with the city of Gary.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then who will ensure that they have a business license before they start? Is that something that Public Works will take care of?
We can.
Okay.
Next week, we're still.
Yeah, let's see what's next.
Fiber optic
installation. Okay. And this is also for Wide Open West, WOW. A request has been received from Wide Open West to install fiber optic cable in the city's right-of-way at various locations shown in the attached drawing. A traffic control plan has been submitted and is found to be acceptable. The contractor is We Board LLC. Construction is anticipated to begin on January 21st and completed within 30 working days.
Yeah, we should have that. I'll make sure.
If the board approves, we recommend granting WOW permit contingent upon all requirements of the right-of-way permit requirement shall be followed. WOW shall provide a schedule 10 days prior to construction of each segment and notify affected property and business owners, schools, police, fire, GPTC, and Board of Public Works. The permit requirements are here, the letter, and also the map is here. So I will make a motion to approve the request.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
See, we have local partnership agreement with NDOT. Is that the next one? Okay. This is regarding approval of local partnership agreement with NDOT for project number, it's DES number 1600418-A, road construction project for industrial highway from Klein Avenue to EJ&E Railroad Bridge in the city of Gary. Although the department has reviewed the attached local partnership agreement between the city of Gary and the Indiana Department of Transportation, or NDOT, for the project. The project is for road construction for Industrial Highway Phase 3 from Klein Avenue to EJ&E Railroad Bridge in the city of Gary. The local partnership agreement is marked as Exhibit A and is attached. The contract for this project will be American Structure Point.
Say it again.
The project calls for total budget of $3,750,000 with an 80-20 match requirement from the city. Under the formula, the city's portion, 20%, will be $700,000 and will be funded through an appropriation from the Lakefront TIF Fund 826. The city's portions of the funds for this project are available and shown on the QC 40. The contract is in proper legal form and is efficient to adequately protect the interests of the city of Gary.
We only have this. Because this is a bigger truck.
I know this is a standard form from the state, or contract, so it's, we either sign it or we don't approve it. I was just wanting to verify, it should have been the first couple pages, the dollar amount of the grant. Description, responsibilities, project funds, term schedule, I missed it down at the bottom. So it's anticipated to start and, now and end on June 30th, 2019. I was looking for the dollar amount, but I don't see that here.
This one needs to be changed.
Am I missing? I don't see the dollar amount in the NDOT contract.
It's usually an attachment after the signature.
Signatures, okay, it's in the exhibit.
Yeah, it's like attachment 1 or something like that.
See the project description, the OPA's rights and duties. Again, I know this is all boilerplate language here. NDOT's rights and duties, funds, okay, here it is. And it is, the amounts listed here.
This has to be signed and put here.
So I make a motion to approve the NDOT contract.
A second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The
TLC snow
Yes.
removal? Okay.
Let me make a, well, go ahead. I'll wait till you make the motion.
Okay. This is a contract with TLC Services. The Law Department has reviewed the enclosed contract with TLC Services to provide snow removal services to the city of Gary for the 2019 winter season. The term of the contract is December 10th, 2018 until April 30th, 2019. The contractor shall not be paid an amount to exceed $2,000.
Yeah, go see the insurance.
Scope of the services here.
They have it, I know. Yeah, they have it.
We asked them to approve the contingent upon Steve changing the contract with these things for other reasons. We changed 8.1 and 12.1.
Okay.
The term agrees. The compensation agrees.
That's what you approved.
I know the QC 12 and 40 were here because I saw that. It's been approved by Freeze Committee. And it's been signed by the contractor. And they actually have a copy of their City of Gary business license. So I make a motion to approve TLC Services snow removal contract.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
I do. So I would ask that we modify the motion, 12.1 and 8.1 were revised in the other snow contracts to clarify that the, City of Gary business license, there was some additional language about a supplemental document that's not actually attached, so that
Okay.
needed to be eliminated. And then there was, What was the other thing? Oh, and that it would explicitly state the Gary business license. So they have the Gary business license.
Yes.
They don't have the insurance attached certificate naming us as an additional insured. So I would ask that it be approved contingent upon 8.1 and 12.1. Or I guess you could just say the revisions being made to make it consistent with the other snow contracts.
I will revise my motion then to include those revisions as necessary to be in compliance with the other contracts.
A second. I have that. It popped over.
Yes, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
So is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
So he's gonna give you a new one, because it's gonna have 2 new pages in it.
Okay.
And then attach the certificate of insurance.
Okay.
Okay. Correspondence from the health department. I'll have Stephen bring it to you today.
Oh, sorry. Okay. The first contract I have is for Diana Sandlin, doing business as Urban Terrain Consulting. The law department has drafted the attached professional services contract between Diana Sandlin, doing business as Urban Terrain Consulting, and the City of Gary Health Department. The contract is for work to be performed between July 1st, 2019 and December 31st, 2019. Ms. Sandlin will serve as a public health coordinator for the Health Department Emergency Preparedness. Pursuant to the contract will be paid not to exceed $13,000, be paid a flat rate of $1,000 biweekly. In addition to the contractor's salary, contractors shall also be reimbursed for grant-related, pre-approved travel-related expenses. The contract salary reimbursable expenses are paid from a grant. The QC 12 and QC 40 are here. It is signed by the contractor. It does talk about the flat rate of biweekly of $1,000 per week and the $13,000 in total for the contract. I just want to make sure the Exhibit A is here. Yeah, and the scope of services is here and is also signed. So I make a motion to approve the contract.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
This is, the next one I have here is a contract with Brandy Downs Burnett. The law department has reviewed the attached contract with Brandy Downs Burnett to serve as the coordinator for the health department's emergency preparedness plan. The term of the contract shall be from January 1st, 2019 until December 31st, 2019. Contractors shall be paid an amount not to exceed $14,300. Contractors shall be paid $1,100. I don't understand that part of it. There was a section of the memo that didn't make sense to me on here for the contract for Brandy Downs Burnett.
Sorry.
I just want to look through here. It says paid with contract or with grant funds. There is no freeze committee form. So do they mean $1,100 biweekly that is noted in the contract?
Yes.
Okay. And it's not to exceed the $14,300. The term of the contract does, and according to the contract ends June 30th, 2019. The memo states December 31st.
That wouldn't be bi-weekly, that would be monthly.
Well, no, because the contract ends the end of June.
Oh, I got you, okay. You're right.
6
Okay, I'm
months,
sorry.
yeah.
That's why, because I'm like, that is not adding up.
So yeah, okay.
Okay, well, the front says to December 31st, so that's why I was confused. Okay.
That's why I was confused too. The contract is signed by the contractor. The QC 12 and 40 are both here.
So it ends June 30th.
Yes.
Okay, I'll have the memo be sent.
Okay, that was going to be my motion, that we approve the contract contingent on the memo being updated before the purchase order is created. Oh, that's my motion.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
My motion carries.
Ronice Harlan is the next one? Okay. The law department has reviewed the attached contract with Ronice Harlan to serve as the immunization outreach specialist for the Gary Health Department. The term of the contract shall be from January 1, until December 31st, 2019. Contractors will be paid amount not to exceed $15,000. The contractors will work 25 hours per week, and contractors should bill the department at a rate of $15 per hour. The contract term agrees to the memo. The compensation does as well, as does the hourly rate of $15 per hour, 25 hours per week, not to exceed $15,000. Okay, this is being paid with grant funds. The QC 12 and 40 are here. And let me see if the contract is signed. And the contract is signed by the contractor. So I make a motion to approve the contract for Ronice Harlan.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Sherry Williams?
Oh, okay, sorry, I missed hers. Okay, I have a contract here for Sherry Williams. The Law Department has drafted the attached professional services contract between Sherry Williams to serve as a part-time immunization outreach specialist for the Gary Health Department. The contract is for work to begin between July 1st, 2019 and December 31st, 2019. The contractor will be paid an amount not to exceed $23,036. Contractor shall work 25 hours per week to be paid at a rate of $17.72 per hour.
Let's see. She's gonna do
Okay. Okay, the compensation agrees to the memo of the $23,036 at 25 hours per week at $17.72 per hour. The term of the contract, though, it does not agree to the memo. It says it's commencing on the effective date and expiring on December 31st.
Where?
Page 2 of the contract.
You said it doesn't correspond with the memo because it says July 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it meant, probably should be January 1st.
Okay.
But I don't know that for sure.
Where are we?
The memo, it says July 1st, and then the term of the contract says effective date expiring December 31st. So she just wants clarification on what the correct date is.
The memo from the department?
That's what I'm
I mean-
looking for now.
No, that's the memo from
No,
the
the
department
law
is
dep-
January.
Okay, so the law
So it's
department
the error
memo
on
is
the
not
memo.
correct. Yep.
It says January.
Not in the contract. It says effective date.
Okay.
And then it
The-
says
The
July.
memo says.
The memo from the law department says July 1st.
Right here.
Am I looking at the right thing?
You're looking at a different file.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, this says January. I'm looking at the wrong contract, I'm sorry.
Yep.
You haven't,
Yeah.
I picked up the wrong one, because I'm like, it doesn't, it says, okay.
QC 12, QC 40 are here, and I just want to make sure that the contract was signed.
Okay, can you, let me get that one out. This is the one we're signing. So you need Sherry Williams?
Yes,
Okay, so the memo says July.
it should be
It needs to say
January.
That says January.
Everything else is January.
Okay, make sure it wasn't like a sheet on the back exhibit.
So I'm going to make a motion to approve Sherry Williams' contract contingent upon the law department memo being corrected before the purchase order is created.
Second,
A
any
second.
questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
Next, we have correspondence from community development.
The first contract I have is for foreclosure counseling services, contract for Toya Moore. I'm requesting board approval of the attached contract for foreclosure counseling services. The Community Development Department is assuming the foreclosure counseling caseload of the recently closed Consumer Credit Counseling Agency and must engage an additional counselor. The contract amount, $36,000, will be partially paid by the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority. Okay, the contract does expire December 31st, 2019. Compensation. Okay, under the compensation, the contract says that IHCDA agrees to contribute $24,000 towards the compensation due contractor under this contract, subject to the receipt of said, but it doesn't say where the additional funds are coming from. I'm going to make a motion that we defer the contract for Toya Moore. It doesn't appear that the law department reviewed this contract, and there's some confusing language in there about the compensation.
It would have been Inga Lewis Shannon.
There's no memo from the attorney that I see here either from her.
She's correct.
So contingent upon,
Well, I would like to defer this and return it back to.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean contingent, I meant deferred because we need the memo from Inga Lewis Shannon.
And the review, there's clarification on the compensation and method of payment that needs clarification.
Are you gonna make the notes for Clotilde?
I have it.
Oh, you
I wrote
got
it.
Okay.
Defer, no memo from Inga Shannon, clarify compensation.
Yes.
Okay, I need to change my name.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right, motion to defer, and it was seconded.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next week, the rental assistance landlord
Is that
agreement.
Stonegate Management? Okay. I have a housing rental assistant agreement with the landlord being Stonegate Management. Attached to the home rental assistance contract between the City of Gary Department of Community Development and Stonegate Management landlord. Pursuant to the contract, the City of Gary Department of Community Development will pay a security deposit to the landlord in the amount of $550. In addition, a share of the tenant's rent will also be paid by the City of Gary Department of Community Development. This contractual agreement commenced on January 4th and will end no later than December 31st, 2019. There is the memo from Inga Lewis Shannon, Department of Community Development attorney. Get this out yet. She has reviewed the attached home rental assistance agreement and she does recommend it for approval. There is the QC 40 saying that these are grant funds to be used. The lease does begin on January 4th, ends on December 31st, 2019. The city will put a deposit down at the $550. It is signed by both the tenant and the landlord. And then, let's see. It is, again, signed by all parties included. So I make a motion to approve the contract with Stonegate Management as landlord.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Lastly, the approval of the ESG 2018 subrecipient agreement. Oh, no, not last. Yep, two more.
But I was gonna say there, I thought there was more. Okay.
We have 3 approvals for ESG subrecipient agreement.
Okay. So this first, well, are they the same? No, they're. Two contracts for the same. It's Continuum Care. It looks like I have 2 copies of the same memo at top attached. Are there 2 different contracts?
There should be 3. One from, I think they did 1 memo.
Okay.
It should be 2 for continuum of care. 1 is regarding data collection and 1 is regarding rapid rehousing. And then 1 for Catholic Charities.
Okay, I've got the Catholic Charities. Okay.
So,
All right, well, the first one here, that attached, please find the Emergency Solutions Grant agreements funding the following programs as indicated amounts. Continuum Care of Northwest Indiana data collection, $27,672. ESG funds will use to pay the cost of contributing data to the Homeless Management Information System. HMIS is a software application designed to record and store client-level information on the characteristics and service needs of the homeless. The Law Office of Lewis Shannon has reviewed the attached agreement and finds that the services are to be performed January 1st, 2019 and December 31st, and the subrecipient to be paid not amount to exceed $65,000. The contract is in legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the city of Gary. The QC40 is here. This contract is the continuing care. It says total project cost of $65,000. So are there 2? Is this the second contract?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
she attached the same memo.
She did, and I
to
just have
both
them.
of the ones for continuum of care
Right.
and did a separate memo for the Catholic.
Yep, so let me
Nice.
switch contracts here, because this is a contract for the first amount for the $27,672.
Do you want to do that motion and then go to the next one? You want to do them both at the same
Do both at the same time, I think. The period of performance and the contract says November 1st, 2018, and ends on October 31st, 2019, which is what's in the memo from the attorney. The amount of $27,672 is here. A lot of grant language in the contract. And then it is signed by the vendor and the Director for Community Development. And because it's a grant, it doesn't have to go to the Freeze Committee for approval. There are other contract for continuing care is ESG funds will provide for financial assistance, housing relocation, stabilization services, and short and or medium-term rental assistance as necessary. This will help individuals or families living in shelters, bless you, living in shelters or in places not meant for human habitation move as quickly as possible into permanent housing and achieve stability in that housing. Eligible costs include utilities, rental application fees, security deposit, last month's rent, utility deposits and payments, moving costs, housing search and placement, housing stability, case management, landlord-tenant mediation, tenant legal services, and credit repair. The attorney, Inga Lewis Shannon, did review the contract. Services are to begin January 1st and end on December 31st, 2019. Pursuant to the contract, the subrecipient will be paid amount not to exceed $65,000. She says the contract is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the city of Gary. The QC40 is here. Since these are grant funds, the Freeze Committee approval is not required. Period of performance agrees to the memo of January 1 to December 31st. The amount of $65,000 and the funding amount also agrees. Lots of grant language. And it is signed by the contractor and community development director. So I make a motion to approve both contracts for the continuum care of Northwest Indiana as presented.
Second.
Any questions?
No?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, and so the last contract I have is for Catholic Charities of the Diocese of Gary for homeless prevention. Attached, please find the Emergency Solutions Grant agreement funding the following program at the indicated amount. Catholic Charities of the Diocese of Gary, Inc., Homelessness prevention, $50,000. ESG funds will be used to provide financial assistance, housing relocation, and stabilization services for up to 100 individuals or families. Assistance will include but not limited to rental assistance, security deposits, and utility assistance. It has been reviewed by Attorney Inga Lewis Shannon, that the contract should begin on January 1, ending December 31st, not to exceed $50,000. QC 40 is here. It's a grant, so there is no freeze committee requirements. Period of performance in the contract agrees to the memo. Funding amount of $50,000 is also agrees. The grant language. Hope your guys' cooties aren't.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, because I'm over here sniffing and.
I know.
Sorry.
No, it's me, so I totally understand. The contract is signed by both the contractor and the Community Development Department Director. So I make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
A second.
Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any unfinished or new business today?
No.
No.
Any public comment? Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning,
Morning.
board members. My name is Jim Nowacki, I live in the 2nd District, and the board took action today awarding hundreds of thousands of dollars to various agencies purported to be delivering services for our homeless population or people in other need of housing assistance. I have to tell you, we have to be way, way, way off the mark. Considering that Gary has so many people who are vacating homes in the city, in other words, just walking away, then the city, of course, undertakes the responsibility either for the expensive responsibility to tear down these houses, providing yet fewer and fewer locations for people who might need housing. We award hundreds of thousands of dollars to agencies that direct these services while not providing any direct assistance to the homeless in our city. I'm going to draw a example that as I was walking to the meeting today, there's a homeless person camped out right at 5th and Broadway. Now, can there be a more obvious location for people to be homeless than to be camped out at 5th and Broadway, one of the most busy intersections in our state?
Time.
Location of 2 U.S. highways, a state highway, an interstate, and here we have an individual going totally unnoticed, camping out right there at 5th and Broadway. So I think you're wasting this money, delivering it to the wrong people, and leaving the actual needs of homeless people totally neglected.
Thank you. Mr. Cornell.
Yes, I was inquiring about all the consulting positions. You know, time after time again, we come here, they keep giving out consulting positions. Where do they find these people? How do they advertise? I've never seen these positions advertised. I was wondering, how do you go about, finding out how do they do all this? These people, the same names keep coming up year after year after year. So how do they find these people?
Thank you. All right. Any comments from the board?
No.
No. All right. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to
Second.
adjourn.
They find them at family.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
They find these people at